if you're new here, I'm Kanita, and if you're already watching my channel, welcome back. Today we are going to play the game that I made in 3 days for GameJam on Ludum Dare. It is called Magical Domain, and in this video I want to go through it and show you how to get all 3 endings in one playthrough. So let's play this game, let's go! As a disclaimer, I filled this whole playthrough with me in the corner, and then I realized only in the end when I already finished that this screen with me was covering the part of the screen with like the game and dialogue, but I feel super tired after reading through all of this aloud, and I thought since I voiced all the dialogue, maybe it will be fine because it just covers some of the dialogue and I will read all of it, so you will still hear what they are saying, and I really don't feel like filming this all over again since I tried my hardest to put like the emotions in the voice acting. And in any case, you can also download the game and walk through it yourself. I'll get you through the barrier. Meet my friend there. She helps everyone with their problems. And maybe you'll find this is the place where you belong. Find the witch's bottle house. Okay, so here's the location, and obviously here is the herb garden of a witch, and here we have her house. A little plant. It smells like lemons. Okay, let's talk to her. A little human? What are you doing here? Miss Summer said this is where magical creatures live. I read about you in a book. Her book? Where did you get it? And how do you know Amma? Did she tell you she's... She's my teacher, and she brought me to the prohibited library because... anyway, let me stay here. I want to be your apprentice. Apprentice? Huh. This is highly unusual. I can feel your sorrows, little girl. Help me with my potion delivery, and maybe I'll have a potion just for you. First, bring this potion to Alala. They live in a bird-like house. You can't miss it. You got a potion of denial, and you can talk to her again, and she will say, bring the potion of denial to Alala. They live in a bird-like house. You can't miss it. So you can remind yourself of your task. So now we'll try to find her house. Obviously, I know where all the houses are, but here are some signs that can help you. And it says that birdhouse is on southeast. Also, we have an herb. This is like a vegetable garden, community garden. I see some veggies. And here also we have a graveyard. Okay, so let's get going. There are 2 lovebirds in this tiny house. We have a birdhouse here and a big birdhouse there. So let's talk to Alala. Here we also have some, like a little plant, and here's her pet slime. Let's talk to it. What is this? I don't remember them from the books. This is my pet slime, O. That's their name? Just the letter O? What's so strange about that? Hello? I brought you your potion. Oh? And who are you, little bird? I'm Mimi, from the world of humans. Oh, that's how they call it now, huh? I used to live there. I had a job at a jewelry store. It was nice living there. Why did you leave? Won't your parents miss you? They won't. Now, your potion. All right. Thank you, dear. It tastes a bit bitter, but it always helps me. You gave Alala a potion of denial. Can I ask, what do you take it for? Oh, yes. Why now? It's not like I have any feelings towards them. So here you have some choices, and obviously I'm going to choose right to get closer to the good ending. So obviously here we have to challenge her. So we are asking, what feelings? There's someone I know from another village, little bird. We write to each other and I couldn't help but falling in love with this person. Our way of thinking is so similar. I never met anyone like this. Can't you meet them? Oh, I can, of course. The mechanical dome covers all the villages in this forest. But they're married. I shouldn't have these feelings, little bird, but I can't carve them out of my heart. This potion makes it easier. It helps me for a while. Fly along now, dear. I hope we'll meet again. And you got one seed of clarity for your right answer. Or, let's say, right question. So, obviously, Alala feels very lonely. Well, I can't really give out all of the lore. You're kind of getting to know all of this bit by bit from the dialogue with the characters. But yeah, she used to live in the city. Now she's here alone. She does feel lonely. So, like, mostly the only person she's in contact with is this pen pal, let's say, and that's why she developed feelings for them. But this pet slime also represents her struggles. She's the character who feels lonely, so she's the one who has her pet. And so maybe if she tries to accept her feelings and move on, she can connect more, firstly, with other people in the village, and of course spend more time with her pet, which will help with loneliness also. You gave them the potion. Good job. I hope the time comes when they don't need it. This time I need you to bring a potion to Bolobo, our local baker. Their house is near a bakery stall. And please, don't challenge anything they say. Just nod politely. You can do that, right? What do you mean? You'll see, little girl. Now go, while my potion is still fresh. You got a potion of delusion. And obviously, potions also represent what this... Well, they are not people, they are creatures, what these creatures are struggling with, because Alala is trying to be in denial. She's trying to deny her feelings, and that actually prevents her from moving on and getting rid of these feelings, making it easier. This denial is what holds her in this cage of feelings that she can't quite accept, and that's why she can't move forward. And here we have a potion of delusion. We also can talk to her again, and she will say, bring this potion to Bolobo. Their house is near a bakery stall, and don't say anything to upset them. So that is her advice. But as you can guess, she is the person who gives this potion to these creatures. Denial, delusion. So maybe we should take her advice with a grain of salt, right? A bakery stall with fresh pastry makes me want to take one. Let's go to Bolobo. This is my favorite house in terms of how the assets turned out. I really like the table and little stools. I think they're really cute. And here we have Bolobo. Bolobo, your house smells so nice. I love cardamom buns. My children and spouse love them a lot too, baby. Are you a new child in town? Where did you come from? I'm from the city. I didn't even know about magical domain before, but now I'm here. Didn't know? Is that how it is now? I wonder what's next. Where are your kids? I didn't see anyone my age here yet. They are out playing. We got to this place after the war and built this beautiful 3-story house for us all. But everyone usually spends time outside. The weather is so nice, isn't it? Your spouse is on a walk too? Do you manage your bakery together? It's all me, baby. All me. Oh, wait. No, that's not right. Oh, of course, my family helps me. They are always here with me. Now, is this a potion in your hand? Is this for me? Give it to me, baby. I really need it right now. You gave Bolobo a potion of delusion. Thank you, baby. I feel much better now. That's very sweet of you to bring it to me. I'm sure you would get along great with my kids. So now Witch told us not to challenge Bolobo, but from this dialogue you should feel like some uncertainty, or maybe I actually should challenge them. So let's say we went through this location and we didn't see any kids anywhere or any spouse of Bolobo, right? There was no one outside. So let's say I didn't see them anywhere. What do you mean? Our village is quite big. You must have missed them, baby. Now go, baby. I have a lot of baking to do. You got one seed of clarity. So your goal, as you probably have guessed already, is to give these creatures clarity, because they are trying to lie to themselves, right? We can talk to Bolobo again and hear the answer. But no, this can't be true. So you can see that Bolobo is now challenging themselves, their own delusions, because of what we said. Already done? What a good student you are. You must have been good at school too. I don't want to remember my school, Miss Witch. Miss Summer was my only friend there. What about other kids, little girl? You didn't play with them? Their idea of games is a bit cruel, Miss Witch, and they didn't like my yellow hair. I don't really want to think about school. Will you give me the next potion? But of course, deliver it to Svu on the flower field. They are waiting for it. You got a potion of delight. Bring this potion to Svu on the flower field. It's not too far away. Okay. So the first two answers are really easy, and it's going to get kind of harder as we move along. So let's save just in case. Here we have a flower field. And again, you can always check the sign that says like where all the houses are. Here we have Svu, and obviously their house shows their personality as with other creatures. And here we have some rugs, some pillows, and 2 whole baths, and the floor is also tiled like in a pool. So you can see this is kind of like a swamp water creature, and they really thrive near water. Hello, are you Svu? Human child, tell me, did you come from the human domain? How are things over there? Tell me everything. When did you visit it last time, Svu? Visit? I lived there before they drew us away. Put us all in these domes 10 years ago, child. Well, I am only 10 years old, so I don't really know if the world has changed much. But in the prohibited library, your history books were all too old. I thought you all left a long time ago. A long time? Oh no, child. It's all so fresh in my heart. The sun, it doesn't shine the same. My favorite pool I was visiting all the time. I wonder how humans are enjoying it. And here, it's all so dull, so bleak. It's not the same without the lights of this city. Is this what you take your potion for? Ah, my potion. You brought it to me? Ah, thank you, child. It will bring some color in my world, even if for a short while. You gave Svu a potion of delight. Oh yes, I can feel it now, the happiness bubbling in my chest. So obviously this person is struggling to find happiness after being exiled to this forest, because they really liked the lights of the city life, and obviously this is not their home. And you have to really challenge them again, because they are just drinking the potion of delight, trying to lie to themselves that they are happy. And if you choose the option your house is very pretty, it concentrates on their house and encourages them to stay in their house, continuing to rely on potions. In fact, we have to ask, do you like to walk in the flower field, to encourage them to go out and actually enjoy what they have here, the flowers, the butterflies, sun, like all the nature, and find actual happiness in this. So we'll ask, do you like to walk in the flower field? Flower field? I forgot all about it. Usually I spend all my time in these bathtubs. Did you come here through the field? Did you like it, child? I like it a lot, Sue. The flowers are so bright and pretty. Is that so? I'm glad they're doing well. Well, goodbye now, child. Come again and tell me if you met any butterflies in the field. You got one seed of clarity, and if you talk to Sue again, they will say, maybe I can look for butterflies myself. So you can see that you encouraged them to go out and explore the nature here. So this was our third delivery. Now we can go back to the witch and get the fourth package. Ah, another successful delivery. What a diligent child. I didn't expect you to do so well. I'm used to doing things myself, Miss Witch. Maybe next time I'll help you with brewing potions too. I'm good at cooking. A bit too early for that, little girl. I'm sorry I didn't ask before, but your name is Mimi. And you are an orphan? Oh no, Miss Witch, but it's more like I have a superpower when I'm at home. Oh, and what it is, if I may know? Invisibility, miss. Do you have any potions for that? I know what potion would be right for you, Mimi. I can make it later, when you finish the remaining deliveries. Give this potion of destruction to Marare. They live in a tree near the ponds. And a word of advice, no sudden movements. Don't raise your voice either. Try to move slowly and talk softly. Are we clear? Yes, Miss Witch. You got a potion of destruction, and you can also again remind yourself of your task. Bring this potion to Marare. They live in a tree near the ponds, and try not to make them anxious. Okay, so with these instructions in mind, let's go to Marare. So here we have the ponds and a house in a tree. The music is a bit more nerve-wracking here, and it's not accidental. We can look at some objects. So many pretty colors. So the color palette, fishes. It's a picture of some fish, and this is a work in progress. I think this is a painting of an ocean. So serene. Now let's talk to Marare. Good afternoon. Oh, you scared me! I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. I brought you a potion from the witch. A potion? Great. It helps me sleep at night. Do you have nightmares? I always had the same one. Being lost in the streets, not knowing where to go, and they just keep bending and never end. I know how it feels, Button. In my dreams, it's always that one, that violent human leader. He's the one who started it all. I see him, and he's staring in my eyes, and then all I see is metal, and I'm sorry. That's not something to discuss in front of a child. Please, Button, the potion? You gave Marare a potion of destruction. So by this point, you might also notice that Marare is missing one of their arms, and by their reactions and by speaking with them, you realize they actually they were participating in the war that humans waged against magical creatures, and they were traumatized as well in this war, though they still are having nightmares about it, and obviously they are drinking the potion of destruction to try and distract themselves from these thoughts. The mild taste, it makes my mind wander. So here you have two options. You can ask Marare, will you sleep well now? Because we were just talking about like sleep and nightmares. Or we can ask, what is this painting behind you? And the correct question is to ask them about the painting. Because again, this is about facing your problems, but in case with Marare it's a bit harder because obviously they have psychological trauma and they don't even have any therapists here in this forest. So for Marare, drinking this potion of distraction and just trying to get some good sleep is not the solution. The solution is their painting that you can see they have an interest in, but they don't spend enough time with it because they are more concentrated. They are focused on, oh, I have to distract myself somehow. But the solution is to try and express their feelings, their traumas and their frustrations and their fear, everything, all of that through art. And that will be therapeutic for them and that will actually help them. So us reminding them of this art and kind of encouraging them is the right way to go. What is this painting behind you? Painting? Oh, I didn't finish it yet. I didn't really feel like drawing. It comes in waves. And that painting, yes, it is of the waves. I miss the ocean. It's so calming. Maybe I'll finish it outside, near the ponds. Thank you for taking interest in my art, Button. I'll show you the finished painting next time. You got one seed of clarity. Painting soothes my soul, Button. So, as you can see, yes, painting soothes their soul, and also going out near the ponds and having some rest in a peaceful manner, in this peaceful scenery, will of course be really good for them. So now here is the turning point where we'll have to make our first save. So first of all, let's take our last potion from the witch. Did it go well with Marare? I know they can be a bit jumpy. I gave them the potion, Miss Witch. I think they were happy with it. Only one left then. You will need a key for the portal. Fairies prefer living on floating islands, you see. And what about the witches, Miss? I don't know much about your kind. You will find, my dear, that our kind is quite similar to yours. And I mean all the magical creatures. You are as different from us as Alala is different from Bolobo. No more, no less. What do you mean? Deliver this potion to Sophia and ask her the same question. Mind you, she might not want to answer. You got a potion of detachment. So this is and also you got a portal key. Deliver this potion to Sophia and ask her about the origins of humans. So now that we have our last potion of detachment, let's go here. And also, yeah, since it's a walkthrough, I'm trying to get through everything faster, but actually there's some little snippets of information about each potion that I didn't check here, and so this potion says it has nothing to do with me. So if you play the game, you can check your inventory to see these phrases on the potions, and they usually represent this feeling. Here we have a potion of detachment, and it gives you the thought, oh, it has nothing to do with me. I'm detached from this, right? And we have a key to the portal on the hills. It will bring you to Sophia's tulip house. So some additional information. Here's the portal, and we use portal key on it. And we go to the floating islands. So here is the moment where we make our save. Let's go to our tulip house. I can hear the sea. I really like these shells that you can kind of hear the sea, putting them to your ear. There's some candles, some chill time, you know, in this house. And here's our Sophia. Sophia? A human? Oh. Why did you come to our forest? To our domain? I thought maybe, since you are different from humans, this is the place where others can accept me. Don't humans accept you? Oh, I see. You look a bit unusual. But aren't we all a bit unusual? What do you think, little butterfly? What does it mean to be human? Well, here actually this choice only influences a few lines of dialogue. Let's choose to be not magical. You can choose either one, just for slightly different dialogue. Many magical creatures can do magic, and some humans don't realize they have magic inside them. The reality is, there is no difference. My child is human. It's just one of the many magical species. It appeared as a new one, as a mutation, and soon became a kind in their own right. Did I create a monster? Why did it happen to me? Give me my potion, butterfly. I'm tired of talking. You gave Sophia a potion of detachment. So you can already guess that the problem is here that humans appeared as a mutation. So you could have two parents that are magical creatures and they would give birth to a human child. And so Sophia, she feels responsible because she gave birth to a human child. And well, it's not really stated in the game, but as I understood by the talking with her as my character, I feel like her child is exactly that human leader who waged war on all the magical creatures. So her own child is one who, well, basically exiled her to this forest along with other magical creatures. And so she feels like she wants to detach herself from this because, oh, maybe it's my fault, I gave birth to this child and this is what happens, and now I really want to detach myself from it, from humans, from everything. I just want to imagine that it has nothing to do with me. I want to just stay in my little bubble. That's the thoughts she has. This doesn't taste like anything, and all that we talked about, it doesn't concern me. It doesn't have anything to do with me. Now we can go for the wrong answer. This way we can get to neutral ending and to bad ending, and then we just load our save, go for the correct answer and get the best ending, the good ending. So the wrong answer here, actually it is a bit tricky, but I think that which kind of gives you a hint that you have to ask about humans, because if you ask about the child, it will invoke some emotions in Sophia and make her desire to detach herself even stronger. Whereas if you ask about humans in general, you as a human child will be able to find this connection with her, and this will actually help her to reconnect and accept that it is not her fault. So let's ask now the wrong question. Did you love your child? I did, butterfly. But did he love me? We never understood each other. I did everything I could to connect with him, but he looked at me as if I was a monster and not his mother. What should I feel now? Can this kind of love go away? I don't have strength to feel anything towards him now. He took away everything I had, my whole world. I just want to distance myself from the soul, butterfly. Fly along now. I wish to be alone. Huh? You're still here? So after this, we will make a separate save file. Let's just get to our witch's house. Just let's save here straight away on separate file. Let's get in. So first of all, let's go from worst to best. So let's start from the bad ending. How did your conversation with Sophia go? She told me more about humans, Miss Switch. I didn't know any of this. I only read about magical history in the library. So now you know. Your teacher, Amma, she is also a magical creature. But she lives in the human domain. Just because she can pose as a human. There are many of us in their domain. The ones who manage to stay, to blend in, to mask, to hide their true selves.
Why couldn't you stay?
Oh, sweet child. For one, you might have noticed that I don't have legs, as all the witches. In itself, this is not a problem if you want to pass as a human, but we witches don't have need for legs, because we float, we don't walk, and other than floating, this garden on my head would be another dead giveaway. I can't hide it or get rid of it, it's a part of me.
And can I stay here too?
Ah, right. You have completed all the deliveries. Well, Mimi, you passed. I will take you as my apprentice. We will build you a nice little home close to mine. Congrats! You have passed the witch's test. Yay! Now, my child, will you take this potion? The witch offers you a potion of dreaminess. Will you take it? So obviously this is for our character. Her potion would be the potion of dreaminess. So now you have to make the choice, and this is actually choosing between bad and either good or neutral ending, depending on how many seeds of clarity you gathered. So now let's take the potion, and it gives you the bad ending, obviously, because this is the game actually about facing the reality. So taking the potion means that you will also, just as everyone in this village, going to run away from the reality, from your past, from all your troubles, and you will not actually try to face all of this. You're not trying to face your problems. You will just take this potion of dreaminess and just feel like you are in a dream. All of this was a dream, and this way you will be able to lie to yourself. But this is not actually an answer. So now we will take it.
My mind is muddled. What is this? I'm starting to feel so happy. Maybe my parents love me. Maybe everything until this point was a dream. Oh yes, I know it was. 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 I know it was.
And you get also a CG with her in this world of dreaminess, so to say, her affected by the potion. Bad ending in a dream. Okay, maybe I should change the color here. Blue on blue doesn't look very well. Okay, so we got the bad ending. Now let's go for the neutral one. Let's continue from our save. So now I'll skip through the dialogue to the choice. Okay. Now we don't have all the seeds of clarity and we are not taking the potion. So no.
Thank you for taking your time to brew it, but no, I think I'll manage by myself. It was really nice walking around the village, getting to know everyone. I don't need a potion to feel like I belong, to feel like everything will be okay. And it doesn't matter what happened in the past. It's behind me now, and I'm ready to start a new life. Here, with all of you. And maybe next time you'll teach me some magic? And we get a CG for our neutral and the witch teaching Mimi some magic. So here she accepts that, yeah, a lot of stuff happened in her past, and yes, it is sad and traumatic, but she's ready to start everything from a clean slate, have a new start, and she doesn't need any potion for that. She will work on all of this herself. And here she becomes witch's apprentice, and she does help her with potions. So the rest of the village, they are still deluding themselves, basically. But Mimi herself didn't take the potion. She decided against it, so that's why it's kind of a good end. Well, it is neutral. We could call the good end like the best end. And it is called normal ending, Witch's Apprentice. I really like the CG for this one, and I think it's a nice ending.
But now let's continue for the best ending. Let's talk to Sophia again, and this time we'll choose a correct answer. And also let's see what she says if we say, I don't really know, what does it mean to be human? It's a tough question, Butterfly. Maybe this question itself is what brought all the turmoil in our world. Who are we? How are we different? Maybe we are just better? Our achievements in technology speak for themselves. Maybe that's what they thought. And again, this is the dialogue we already saw. So basically she kind of explains what might have brought humans to this idea of exiling all the magical creatures. Basically, as usual in this kind of worlds, magical creatures are more about magic and humans are more about technology. They put all their eggs in that basket, and as you can also gather from the dialogue, yes, this is a magical forest where magical creatures live, but it was mentioned that the mechanical dome covers the forest, keeping all of them in, and well, keeping the intruders also out, I guess. And so obviously Mimi, she managed to get through. As we saw in the very beginning, her teacher said, I'll get you through the barrier. And her teacher, as a magical creature, could get through the barrier. But the barrier itself is mechanical, which shows it was made by humans, which again underlies the fact that creatures were exiled here by humans. Okay, so now back to Sophia. We will ask, do you hate humans? I dislike them in general, Butterfly, for what they did to the world. They appeared like a plague. It doesn't mean I hate you. I will form my opinions as I get to know you, Butterfly. This hate is not for regular people who didn't do anything wrong. Huh, and me too. I didn't do anything wrong, did I? Oh yes, Butterfly, it's not mine, and it's not your fault. Let's put it behind us. I hope you settle well in our domain. Don't hesitate to visit me again. And you got one seed of clarity. I'm glad we are on good terms. So again, as I said, since you asked her about humans in general and you are human, she kind of looks at you and realizes, right, like for example, this little girl, what did she do? She did nothing wrong. It's not her fault that there are humans who are awful, who are like bloodthirsty and racist, I guess, is the good. Well, this is not really a race. It's like there are the creatures and they are all kind of the similar species, but you get the idea. So she looks at this girl and realizes, right, I have to judge every person on their personal qualities, basically, right? I can't just hate them all, and I can't really detach myself then, because here is this human child standing before me. I'm not going to detach myself from them. It's not that they are not guilty of anything, so why would I kind of punish them, try to avoid them, right, in any way? So maybe it's better to actually connect with this girl and get to know her and meet up with her sometimes and talk to her. And obviously the theme of detachment is also shown with Sophia in the fact that she lives so far away from everyone. She's detached from this village. She's here on the floating islands. So as well as with others, her location really shows, you know, the problems, the ideas of the character. As with Marare, you could also see the ponds and feel like, yeah, Marare is trying to kind of drown these memories, these hurtful memories in the ponds, and also ponds kind of have this peacefulness about them. So this is how it fits the theme. In terms of Bolobo, their family has actually, they all died in war, and Bolobo is deluding themselves that their family is still alive. So by the time they arrived here, by the time they were exiled, they already were alone. But trying to delude themselves, they built this house, this huge house, and it really represents their delusion. because it's a house not for one person, obviously. And this bakery stall, well, I'd say baking is also like their hobby. As you can see, many of the characters have their own hobbies here, but also I chose this as kind of this homey, cozy activity that you would usually like bake something for your family, so it really fits their personality. Their problems with Marare I already explained, like they try to release their feelings through art. As we have this birdhouse obviously represents like love birds, so it's again about community as with birds, right? And is feeling lonely, not having your partner, the other bird. And she's also, as you can see, covered here in these heels, so a little bit cut off from the others in the village, which again shows how she feels cut off and lonely. And here on the flower field, Swu feel like they don't really feel any happiness, any delight, that the world is bleak and gray. So the irony is them living in the middle of the flower field, which obviously is not dull and gray. And if only they came out and look at this flower field, maybe they would be able to actually feel some of this delight for real. And of course, Witch herself, she isn't taking any potions herself, but she feels like she wants to help people in this village, and as a witch, like that's the only way she knew how. She's trying to help them to kind of suppress their feelings and lie to themselves. And obviously herb garden here shows how she gets her ingredients. Well, maybe she gets some from the forest, obviously, but she's also growing some herbs here. And her house style just represents her job as a witch, as it's styled after a bottle, like a potion bottle. And here, let's get to knowing all of this, let's get to our best ending. So now, since we answered Sophia correctly, we can just decline the potion, and since we have all the seeds of clarity now, since we really managed to kind of get through to all of the villagers, now we will be able to have our best ending. So we have passed the test and we decline the potion. So the first lines of dialogue are the same and then it changes. Thank you for taking your time to brew it, but no. I think I'll manage by myself. It was really nice walking around the village, getting to know everyone. I don't need a potion to feel like I belong, to feel like everything will be okay, and it doesn't matter what happened in the past. I want to help others too, and not with potions. I want to chat with Alala, I want to bake pastries with Bolobo, and go on walks through the flower field with Swu, sit near the ponds with Marare, and draw together, and visit Sophia on her floating island. I talked to all of them, and they all hide from their problems, Miss Switch. They don't want to think. I want to talk to them and show them how happy their life can be if they accept reality and move forward. Now I'm sure this is the place where I belong, and I know they will accept me. So we just became a local therapist, okay? A girl has a future for her becoming a therapist. And here in the best ending, you actually can see everyone doing better. We can see Mimi here, she got herself a house. Obviously her house is more like normal style, and these little details, well, you only saw her as a little pixel model, but in her full character design, yeah, she has 2 bottles on her belt, so they kind of represent her a little bit. And they're here on this house, and she's jumping here happily. Alala is playing with her pet slime. He looks like a pouring from Ragnarok Online, my favorite MMORPG. And yeah, the pourings is what I was thinking about when I was designing her pet slime. Here we have Swu walking in the field and having fun with butterflies. You see that Swu is smiling, and with Marare, they sit near the pond here and draw, as we can see. Some water again, but it's really nice and calm. Bolobo baked some pastries, and you can see by this visual effect that other villagers came to try the pastries, and Bolobo is smiling, so like interacting with other villagers and kind of accepting, yes, that their family are dead, but it doesn't mean they have to delude themselves and imagine that my family is alive, they're just not home right now. No, actually going out and interacting with the community and trying to move forward, as we discussed. And with Sophia, obviously we have 2 teacups here on the table, so, and she's obviously listening to someone, so it shows that Mimi came by and they're having a nice chit chat. And this is good ending, acceptance, or the best ending we could say. And this is the game. This is the options I was playing on. I really don't like when the music is too loud, and music is the only thing that is not mine. Oh, the light is so strange right now. I'm so sorry about it. Well, the main content was the game, not my face, so I'm sorry about the bad lighting here. But basically, yeah, I have created this concept. I have thought of the world building and created a story, dialogue, all the art, and I was using RPG Maker MV, so I didn't have to write the code. I just created it all in this RPG Maker MV. And what else? Music I also took from RPG Maker MV, so it's not written by me. I don't really have an ear for music. I tried writing my own music for the game I've been working already like 10 years on, and I think for me it's not bad, but probably if someone with music taste would listen to it, they would think like, what the heck is that? So yeah, I'm not very good with music, and I had to make this project in 3 days, so I used kind of stock music from this Redactor. And yeah, that's it. That's the game. I hope you liked it. Please, if you have any comments, you can comment here go on my page. I will give a link to the page on Ludum there, where you can rate the game if the challenge, if the rating is still going on, because at the time of filming there are like about 15 days left until all the ratings will be concluded. And you can just leave a comment there or download the game and play it by yourself, but this was also like a walkthrough and play along how to get all the 3 endings in one go. So I hope you enjoyed this. Well, that's all I would like to say, and the sun is really in my face, so thank you for watching and see ya.